Hi, I'm Shannon Fernandez and I'm a third year psychology student at St Xaviers College. And in this video, I will be going over my experience at the college and with the psychology department. I know many of you have queries about the college and the department and whether you should take admission or not. And in this video, I will try to answer those questions and hopefully you get the answers you're looking for. So let's get started. In this video, I will not be going over the admission procedure because many of the Quora posts have already gone over it, so it doesn't make sense for me to go over the procedure again. So I will instead be giving you my experience and an insider's perspective of the college and the psychology department. The first thing that you need to know is that you will not have psychology as the only subject for the first 2 years of your undergraduate program. You will have two other subjects along with psychology. These will form your three core subjects. So, for example, my subject combination was psychology, sociology, and anthropology. And I had sociology and anthropology as a part of my syllabus for the first year and the second year. In the third year, I got into full psychology. I will explain what full psych and half psych are in a bit. But once I got into full psych, I had only psychology as all six of my papers, and I had dropped socio and anthro. So when you come to Xaviers, you will have your choice as well. Along with psychology, you can pick economics, sociology, literature, French literature, Hindi, and so on. There are many subjects that you can pick from. So, what is the difference between full psych and half psych? Well, when you come to Xavier's and pick your subject combination, the way I chose mine, psychology, sociology, and anthropology, I had all three of these subjects for the first 2 years of the undergraduate program. However, when you reach your third year, you have to pick a major, the subject that you would be majoring in. Now, this could be full psychology or full English literature or full economics or full sociology. That is all six papers only of that particular subject. Or you could do a part majors or a half majors in which you would have three papers of one subject and three of another. For example, it could be psychology and sociology, or psychology and anthropology, or psychology and economics, or literature and psychology, whichever you want to pick. So, this raises a very important question. Which one should you pick? Full psychology or half psychology? And I cannot give you an objective answer on this because it depends on the career path that you are looking forward to or what you are aspiring to become. If you are interested in clinical psychology or counseling psychology, then I think that full psychology would be the best path because it includes subjects like cognitive psychology and psychometrics and even counseling as the applied component. And there are many colleges that accept students into their clinical psychology programs only if you have all six papers. However, there are a few exceptions to this, like the Tata Institute of Social Sciences. So, if you have part majors or the full psych category is not available to you, don't feel disheartened because there are colleges that do accept it and you can still become a clinical psychologist. However, if you are aspiring to be an HR or an industrial organization psychologist, then I think part majors would be a better fit. However, this is not a very fixed rule. If you want to be an HR, you can take full psychology, and if you want to be a clinical psychologist, you can take part majors. It's not a fixed rule. It's just that I think that would be preferable. Getting in full psych is pretty difficult because only 30 students get into full psych out of, say, a class of 100. So in your first and your second year, you will have uh, somewhere around 100 classmates. However, only 30 students are allowed a seat in the full psych program in the final year, and the rest are to either take a part major or go to another college and do their full psych over there. So it is pretty difficult to get in, and the criteria of getting in full psych is purely based on merit. That is, if you are able to score in the top 30 out of the 100 classmates that you have, then you have a seat in full psych, and there is no other criteria. You don't have to do workshops or try to get your teachers to like you to get a seat, but it's purely based on your marks. So now let's leave academia out of this conversation and discuss events that take place under the psychology department. The first thing that I would consider are workshops. The psychology department has many workshops ranging from REBT to sports psychology to handwriting analysis to different things, and they're very interesting. They do charge a small fee of somewhere around 500, but they do give you a certificate, and if you apply for the honors program, you even get a credit for that. So the workshops are super helpful. Now let's talk about one of my favorite part of the psychology department in Xaviers, and that would be the psychology seminar. And this is one of the best things that have happened. That is, students get a chance to write a research paper and present it at the seminar. The seminar usually takes place in Khandala. This year, due to the pandemic, it had to take place online. But it is an amazing experience, and I honestly feel that if you want to get that full psych experience, then you should write a paper at least once if you're a part of the psychology department at Xaviers. And I have written a paper for all 3 years of my undergraduate program. In my first year, I wrote a paper on antisocial personality disorder. In my second year, I wrote on phenomenology and subject to well-being. And this year, I wrote on polymaths. And it is an amazing experience. You get to learn a lot. You get to learn how to write a research paper. You get to learn how to do qualitative or quantitative analysis, how to collect data, how to clean that data, how to present it in a manner that is understandable. And you have very short period, around say 20 to 30 minutes, to break down each and every part of your research. And you have to even write the paper, and you have to write the paper in the format that is accepted by APA. You have the literature review, the method, the results, the discussion, the references, and it is a great learning experience. So now let's deal with some miscellaneous questions about the college and the learning experience. The first thing I want to talk about is the library. The library at St Xaviers College is probably one of the best things I have ever seen, because firstly there are two libraries. One is the lending library and the reference library. The lending library allows you to borrow books and take home for around a week, and the reference library allows you to take books and read itself over there, and you're not allowed to take it outside. And both these libraries have an extensive collection of books, especially in psychology, and they have books by famous psychologists like Carl Jung. They have the entire Carl Jung collection, or by Freud, or even recent psychologists like Steven Pinker. And it is honestly a great place if you love reading about psychology, and if you're the kind of person who likes to read books by the psychologists themselves, by the thinkers themselves that may have inspired you to take psychology in the first place. So the library is an amazing place at Xavier's, and I don't think I have seen a better library, a better college library in Mumbai. So now I will be dealing with questions that I got from Quora, and I will be answering them here. The first question is, what is the merit based criteria, like best of 4 or English plus any 3? And my response would be that there is no best of 4. I think all the subjects are taken into consideration when you're getting into Xavier's. There is no best of 4 or best of 5. They take into account all the subjects. Moving along, there are other questions. I want to get into St Xaviers Mumbai for psychology. Is there any other exam that I need to clear beside my boards? No, you have to only clear your boards. That's all there is. Your 12th grades are all that matter to get in Xavier's and get psychology. You will also have an interview on the day of the admission with the vice principal, if I'm not mistaken. And that's all. So moving on, the next question is, which is tougher to get in a BA at Xavier's, psychology or economics? Now, both these subjects, psychology and economics, are highly desired by students, and both these subjects are really difficult to get in. However, if you ask me, I think that it would be relatively easier to get into economics than in psychology, only for the reason that there are two classes for economics, that is Eco A and Eco B. Whereas for psychology, there is only one class. So that means only one class containing 100 students, whereas eco would have 100 and 100, around 200 students. So only for that reason, I think it would be difficult to get into psychology than in economics. Otherwise, these subjects are highly desirable, and both are quite difficult to get in. So that's all for this video, and I hope I answered all of your questions that you have. And if you feel that I did not answer any particular question, you can always ask in the comments, and I will try to respond to each and every of those questions. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time.